To be successful in Formula One, it means a lot of sacrifice and making some tough decisions. I'm Ollie Wilson, and for GPFans, this is the news in Formula One today. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff and Red Bull counterpart Christian Horner have both revealed the pain they went through over the winter, making large numbers of staff redundant in order to accommodate Formula One's budget cap. Over the years, the two teams have continued to grow as F1's battle for supremacy has raged, which eventually resulted in the sport deciding to finally impose a cap. For this year, the figure stands at $145 million, although there are such exemptions as the drivers and the top three highest wage earners, with the cap then coming down to $140 million for next season and $135 million for the 2023 to 2025 seasons. In order to meet the cap, the big three in Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari have had no choice but to make staff redundant. With Red Bull now operating on staff numbers in the 800s according to Horner, he added, "We've had to go through the pain of redundancies over the winter. We've had to resize, repackage ourselves, and it's really tough when you're saying goodbye to members of the team, some of which have been there for 25 years across its different formats. So it's really been a tough exercise and continues to be a significant challenge, particularly for the bigger teams. It drives efficiency into the business because it quite simply has to. Headcount is your biggest cost. Therefore, it has to be as efficient as you can possibly make it." Wolff has confirmed to experiencing a similar situation, particularly at a time when so much focus was being placed upon whether he would be retaining the team's most expensive asset in Lewis Hamilton. Asked whether what he went through was as painful as it was for Horner, Wolff replied, "Absolutely. You cannot secure your capability in terms of people if you suddenly have to operate under a drastic cost cap. We go through the same painful experiences with consultations in order to make the cost cap. To say the least, it is not trivial." Sergio Perez has revealed that missing 2 races at Silverstone after contracting COVID-19 last year was the hardest moment of his Formula One career. Perez, who competed for Racing Point in 2020, tested positive just 3 days before the British Grand Prix and was immediately withdrawn from the race, subsequently missing the 70th anniversary GP at the same venue a week later. The 31-year-old was the first driver to test positive for COVID-19, less than a month after the delayed season had commenced in Austria in July. Asked recently as to the hardest moment in his career, he quickly revealed, "Missing 2 races last year with COVID is the one that is still fresh in my mind. I knew that race, the British Grand Prix in particular, was going to be extremely good for us, so that's hard, to prepare yourself to enjoy it and then not be able to race." Perez, who was replaced by Nico Hülkenberg for the 2 events, suffered no ill effects from contracting the virus and returned for the Spanish Grand Prix, where he finished 5th. The Mexican driver, who went on to win the penultimate race of last season and the first of his career, then moved to Red Bull over the winter to join Max Verstappen. The Dutch driver struggled to respond to the same question, stumbling over an answer before explaining, "I always see it like this. Racing is one part. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You get taken out, but then is that really a hard moment in life? It's part of racing, unfortunately, but it's not really a hard moment. I think there are way harder moments in life than what happens in racing." So if you can pick out the hardest moment of Max Verstappen's fledgling Formula One career, let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well to stay up to date with all of the news coming out of F1 here at GPFans.